Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed, the globe continues to spin underneath our feet, and not only that, it continues to revolve around the sun, and not only that, the sun continues to revolve around the center of the galaxy, and the galaxy is part of the local cluster, and we're all moving within that, and the local cluster is moving towards something known as the Great Attractor, and we're all just part of some great cosmic threads of matter throughout the universe. It's absolutely astonishing. That was not even English. It is absolutely astonishing. My sincere apologies for not being able to speak clearly through my dentures. Yay! Anyway, great new day. A new day, hopefully a good one for you. It's definitely good one. It's definitely a new day, hopefully a good day, and that's a good thing as well. Real quick, of course, front-loading the videos. Thank you, YouTube. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, that too would be awesome. I love comments. If you could leave me a comment, that is greatly appreciated, and I do my best to answer if I can get through my executive dysfunction. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people literally help to keep me alive, and I would like to just say thank you so very, very much. It is appreciated. I do enjoy being alive. I enjoy metabolizing and such like that, and we are alive for so long, and I can't even say things right properly. We are alive for such a short time and then dead for so long. Thank you for helping me to stay alive. It is appreciated. Yay! Front loading a video over. Thumbs up for that. Yeah, a new day. Definitely thumbs up. Yesterday was a weird day. I mean, I've been doing as much as I can. I took my meds, and the day was slow. It was a slow day. And that's good. I mean, it took a day for a day to pass. And that's been a long time. With my cold, my ADHD meds have barely touched a thing. And it's been rough. But the past couple of days have been running at a minute takes a minute instead of blink, and then the day's over. So that's a good thing. I am feeling better and continuing to improve. Definitely a thumbs up. And then I went walkies, and it was cold last night. That was one bad part, though. I mean, yesterday I spent a lot of time, especially before and after my walk, for hours beforehand. I reached that fun point in my journey and recovery from illness where I am too hot and I'm sweating, and simultaneously I am so cold that I need to put something else on. But I'm already so hot that I'm sweating, but I'm freezing. It wasn't fever because, I just take off the coat and then be fine for a little while, and then later on put it back on, and then it was just fun. I mean, I've had that happening for decades now. Male menopause, that sort of thing. I've been getting older, and I've literally, when I was married to my wife, could go from, I am so hot, I am just sweating, turn on the air conditioner. Before it could even finish turning on, I would instantly be freezing, have to turn off the air conditioner as it was powering up, and then 30 seconds later, be sweating again. It's fun. Thumbs up for that. Still though, went out for walkies, and that was good. Did lots of thinking, did lots of seeing things. We have a game shop in town where they sell role-playing games, and they actually do role-playing game stuff inside. I'm not even going to go into their store to look at their stuff because they have people come in to play their games, and not a single person wears a mask. I'm not going in. I think it's ridiculous when I walk by the local gym. When people exercise and breathe, all that moisture inside of you comes out. I walk by the gym, the windows are coated on the inside with moisture from everybody blasting out their lung particles at each other, and nobody's wearing a mask. So no, I'm going to be wearing a mask for the rest of my life. I mean, sure, I'm still getting colds. I live with housemates, but we're all doing okay otherwise still, and that's good. Yay! But still going out for walkies. I watched videos, I played games, and that's good. I also did lots of thinking, and that's a good thing too. Trying to remember if there's anything really that I do want to talk about that I did yesterday, and quite quite frankly, I can't really think of anything. Most of the exciting stuff that I've been doing has been the stuff that I've been thinking about for my various fictional settings and the like. On the other hand, real quick, Amelia, my kitty cat, is doing better. A lot better. I mean, a couple weeks back, I was not sure she was even going to, last another week. She did not move. She stayed in one spot and slept. She barely ate. She barely drank. She was using the cat box like once every couple days. So I was pretty sure that that was kind of it. Well, she's gotten better. She doesn't eat everything yet. She eats more. She won't eat a full can of tuna, but she's getting there. She drinks a lot more. She uses the cat box excessively. Again, I think she's probably diabetic. But now she's starting to sleep in odd places again. Right now, instead of sleeping over here, she's over against the wall, sitting next to some boxes and such that I have on the floor and such. So she's starting to move and do weird things again. I mean, it's the long, slow defeat. For all of us. I mean, none of us are going to live forever. We have a limited lifespan, and we're all going to reach the end of that, and then we're going to die. Well, she is reaching the end of her lifespan. So it's the long, slow defeat. I just have to make her as comfortable as possible during the time she has left and let her know that she's loved. So, yeah. Now, of course, I'm going to be going the same way one day after having, there's Bob Saget, gone at 65. Louis Anderson, gone, 68. Meatloaf, who went and unalived himself by being an idiot, being an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer, got the Covfefe bug, gone. That's the interesting thing about all these anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers, vaxxers. They tend to get this thing, and then there's another news report about how they kicked off. So joy on that. But hey, life is life. I mean, we're all going to go sometime. It's just a matter of when. But I've been trying to think about various things, and so I wanted to talk about this, about my settings and such again. Because I'm not just happy enough making a timeline where things are happening just right now. I like to know what happens beforehand and what's going to be happening afterward. I mentioned that there's the character of Old Ray with the Speleodoncus several thousand years from, well, I think it's about 1,000 years from now, because unless he dies, he won't, unless he is killed, he won't die. And so that's his expression of his extra-universal chromosomes. And so that's just the way that is. In 1,000 years, he has seen too much, decides to just go. Heads on the inside and heads out. Thinks it's like the razor's edge and that it's, you're going to eventually end yourself that way. Turns out it's the exact opposite. And when he gets to the outer edge and finds the infinite potential, well, he is healed, he is renewed, he is everything perfect and wonderful. And he and the Speleodoncus just wade into the infinite. There's another character, Stovepipe Johnny. Now, he has another one of those one in a million, because he comes from the outside. He ages about 70 years for every 30... got that backwards. 30 years for every 70 years that passes. So when he's 70, he looks like he's 30. And when he's 140, he looks like he's 60. As he got up to a calendar age of about 180, he doesn't go adventuring so much anymore, because once he got up to about 180, he still was. But he was out like 2,000-3,000 kilometers out on the razor's edge one day, and he had his big old backpack on, and he took a big old bad slip, and he landed on his hip hard, and he stayed there for days, terrified that he had broken his hip. And he doesn't want to die alone like that in the middle of nowhere, because even though you're traveling via glamours and layers to get where you are, even if people could find him, it's still pretty much a 1-to-1. It takes 1 mile to travel 1 mile. And he's weeks out. By the time anyone could have gotten to him, if they could even have found him, he would have been gone if that had been a broken hip. So that terrified him. After a couple days, it turned out it was just bad muscle damage and bad sprain. But he got up and he came back, and after that he didn't go adventuring anymore. Now, this is a fellow that, before he was even 16 years old, when he was born on the outside, traveled from one side of the continental U.S. twice. and has been very adventurous their whole life within the Razor's Edge. But they gave up on the whole adventuring thing. And they were still staying active in the community, though, because like 200 and some odd years old, they've been active in the community for a while, but they don't go adventuring. And then one day, Stovepipe Johnny realizes, as he's just thinking, he was born in the United States, like the early 1930s. And he's thinking back one day, and he realizes he can't remember what his mother looks like, or what his father looks like, or what their names are, or really what state he was born in. And he knows he traveled across the U.S. twice, but he can't remember what the U.S. really looks like, even on a map. And it's not just old age on that, because when he was first coming into the inside from the outside, and he came to the Crimson Kingdom when he was 19 years old, 1920, but he stayed in company housing in the Crimson Kingdom and had a job. And he worked with a friend, a guy called Jack. They knew each other for a year. And unfortunately, I've mentioned this, they were out drinking one night, and it's dangerous no matter where you are on the inside and the outside. In the span of 1001, 1002, when they were walking and they heard crashing and screaming coming from the darkness, that count of 1001, 1002 was a giant lizard about the size of 2 minivans came running out of an alley and vanished into the other alley behind them. But it ran between the two of them. It could have turned its head to the right, it could have kept its head forward, it could have turned its head to the left. It turned its head to the left, and I've mentioned this before, but Jack gets the set of teeth that come across through here, all the way around the chest here, and then down just above his waist, and all this stuff here, gone. In those 2 seconds, it turns its head to the left, bites, shakes its head with his head flying one way, the other arm going another way, the legs going off in a different direction, and it continues running, bites, swallows, and is gone. And Jack doesn't even have a chance to draw a breath, let alone scream, before he's just gone. And Stovepipe Johnny, he can tell you exactly, just by closing his eyes, he can tell you exactly what Jack looks like, as if he were standing there in front of him, even after all these hundreds of years. But he can't remember what his parents looked like or what their names were. That really slowed him down. And it's not going to be too much longer when all of his friends and community are going to notice they haven't seen him for a few days, and well, they find out that he just went in his sleep. Of course, the King in Crimson also has a time limit out in the Crimson Kingdom. Well, I always say that because of bloody English. They know, because they have no real gender or sex, they are a singular being. But they know they have a time limit on knowledge. They are not a being of power. They are a powerful being. They have a limit, and when they reach that limit, they will be able to become the best bear that they can be, but they'll always be just a bear. They won't be able to surpass that. They will have reached their maximum potential. They know that's coming, but they're doing their best to learn so that they can make their kingdom into a very resilient machine that will be able to last past their ending. But it's several thousand years into the future. The kingdom has spread. The entirety of the inside is good. The Razor's Edge is stabilized from all of their technology. There's not really anything left on the outside, but For thousands of years, they have bounced their ideas off of humanity. Humanity has bounced their ideas off of him. And one day, as the scientists are going through the math for their latest thing, and they're waiting for their revelation so that they can continue doing the bounce off of ideas and see where they're going to go with this, the King and Crimson realizes they have no idea what the math is saying. And they feel that burst of absolute terror when they realize, I reached my maximum potential. I can't learn anymore. They're mostly a figurehead in the kingdom by this point, but they're going to have to step down from everything. They're not going to be able to learn, which means they won't be able to adapt to anything that's happening. Everything that they say, do, and think will from that point onward be increasingly out of touch with what's happening with the rest of the world. And they feel that burst of terror, but they're also very proud. They have always felt a deep and abiding affection and empathy for humanity. And at that point, amidst the terror, they also feel that pride because you have all surpassed me. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I don't have many comments, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you so very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, oh well, my memory. So we have Spoot, thumbs up and thank you. Victor Crumb, greatly appreciated. Patches, thumbs up. Confused Owl 29, it is good. I just wish I could do everything forever. We have Ezriel 2002, Jocelyn Williams, good to see you in the comments. We have Ben B, thumbs up. Robert Bit Silly, that's the best way to be. And then WOGESHWARAN, thumbs up and thank you. And then SOSAFOUAN, WD Gaster, greatly appreciated. Monophobia 1, thumbs up and thank you very, very much. And that is it. 11 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours, which, again, anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you so very much. Hey, Ghost is awake. Ghost is up and drinking water. Yay! He's a good little hamster. Thumbs up on that. And hey, where else do I go? I gotta sidetrack myself with the hamster talk. Yes, I do not know where the various text descriptions are for the device you're watching this on, but inside of the video description, links to all of my various channels. There's also links to like my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. There's my Patreon listing. If you could become a beautiful and awesome Patreon patron, you know what? That would be beautiful and awesome, I think. Because these people are literally helping to keep me alive, and thank you so very much. It is appreciated. I enjoy metabolizing, and I know my pets enjoy metabolizing, and they would thank you if they could. So thank you very, very much, because I can thank you for them. Yay! If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link, and if you don't want to help me out with cash, I also have an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food and plushies and stuff like that on it. So if you could check that out, that'd be very cool. I have rental tongue syndrome today, very, very bad. Thumbs up for that. And hey, I keep meaning to change this, whether it's going to be a goofy picture or something profound or who knows. I'm going to put something up there. I just have to push through the executive dysfunction. Yay. This part isn't going to change. This part will. And of course, there are still every day more YouTubers talking about how they got the covfefe bug. The news reports in the US are filled with people dying by the thousands every single day. We're coming up on 1 million dead from this. Don't be one of them. If you don't have to go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed plague rats, please don't. If you do, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain that social distancing, get vaxxed if you haven't, get a booster if you can. Oh my God, people. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, And quite frankly, that is a very good thing. One day I'm going to do an entire video just in more of my normal voice. I keep forgetting to do that. I mean, this is more of my normal voice. I squeeze my voice up into a higher register so that people can hear me better. You have a good day.